everybody. I'm sorry I'm late on this. I overslept this morning, so I was slightly behind. I didn't realize time flew by so fast. It cooled off last night quite a bit, and so I was just like, you know, out for the count, so to speak. So it's not as hot today as it was. It's 79 degrees, which is nice. It's pleasant. Including I had to deal with a sick cat. Cyrano he threw up a couple of times. But he's okay. He's crashed under the bed, his favorite spot, and so he's trying to rest up, and he's eating and drinking a little bit, but I decided not to give him his medicine as of yet. Hi, Dorothy. Sorry. It's been a long week, you know, after fighting the heat and everything. Cooled down quite a bit. They said it may get up to 84 today, but I don't think so the way it's going. Partly sunny, isn't it? We're not getting the full-on sun, which is good. So anyway, on the news over the weekend, you may or may have not heard, we lost an iconic Star Trek actress, Nichelle Nichols. She was 89. She passed away in her sleep early Saturday morning. So may she fly high and rest in peace and have fun in the stars. She was one of the first black actresses, if you will, starred on television, and she had a co-starring role. She originally wanted to quit, but who was it she talked to? There was an article about it, but anyway, I'm still tired. Anyway, she talked to a very important person, and he said, don't quit. You're there for a purpose, and you're creating an example for everything. So, you know, as history went on, she started that, and also it was one time, first interracial kiss between her and William Shatner. And she couldn't understand why the big hullabaloo about it. And they go, what's the first time on television? She said, well, she came from a multiracial family, and she said it's no big deal, but she can understand why. Which that was fine. She said she and William Shatner got on great. They were good friends, and they said that she'll be missed. George Takei said she'll be missed if you talk to her often. The other person we lost is Bill Russell. He is he originally played for the Boston Celtics years ago when he was younger, and then later on when he went into coaching in the NBA. He was also the first coach of the Seattle Sonics. That was a franchise team back in 1975. And he was also got the team to its first playoffs, which I think that's pretty good for an expansion team. It really did. And not until 1979 when the Sonics did win the NBA championship. Of course, now the Seattle Sonics are no more up here. They were sold to somewhere down in Arizona or Nevada somewhere. So now Portland Trailblazers selected to share with us the NBA team here. They hope to have a new NBA team up here soon. They really do. Uh, but he died and he was 88. Um, so, um, it's kind of sad when you see a lot of iconic people pass on. And of course, then when you get older, it's kind of expected more than anything. Um, so anyway, that's, may they rest in peace and all this. Um, Now, over in Slovenia, which is the Czechoslovakia country, Czechoslovakia area, which is the Slovenia part, they're dealing with a wildfire. And get this on this wildfire. It's setting off old World War I ordnance bombs, unexploded bombs. It's setting them off. And the firefighters are just putting a circle around it and just letting the fire setting off the bombs and everything, and then they'll clear it. They don't know how many there are there. There were quite a number that were dropped during World War One. So far, none of their firefighters gotten hurt or hit by shrapnel when the things go off. How big they are, I don't know. There's an article about that. MSN is carrying that. Sorry. Look, I'm really tired. Look it up on YouTube and just list it under Slovenia World War One bombs. Just check under that. Those poor guys. You're darned if you do and darned if you don't. Well, like here in Fort Lewis, they have to be careful when they do control burns. They don't want to hit inadvertent, bomb or piece of a bomb or ordnance that wayward and hit that. So they're really kind of careful about that. So stay safe, Slovenia, from that. Because once in a while you hear about an unexploded ordnance, a bomb in London, like when they dropped World War II, when they did the Blitz in London, there'd be a bomb that would be missed, and when they do excavations or they do remodel and then discover the bomb there and go, whoops, better call in the bomb squad to remove it, get rid of it and remove it. Which happened quite frequently in London when they were doing a lot of, remodeling or rebuilding their buildings and everything. So they had to be really careful. I don't know if you heard about Randy Kervin. His daughter, Tara Hawkins, just posted a letter, posted a note saying her mom and dad are doing okay, but Randy Kervin's been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. And so now he's really having a lot of trouble. Right now, as far as the functioning and everything of Lewy body dementia. How long he's had it, they don't know. But apparently his symptoms are getting worse and worse, which is really sad, because I really liked his commentary and his rant on various social and political issues, and taking the famed doll that he had, famed doll he had, and smacking the crap out of it because he was frustrated with what's going on. So hug to you, Randy. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for setting a standard when we do our rants, and I will try and carry on the rants and everything. we have to speak our voices. We have to push back. We really do. Um, when I first started this, which was 2 years ago, by the way, on Facebook, I had to get out of my shell. I mean, I'd done product demonstrations and everything else, and I was kind of pretty much shy on it. I've learned on that I don't push things on people. I just let them look at it, try it and everything else, and then let the customer decide. I don't push things on customers. Now that I'm doing this is a little bit different. I'm just putting out something out there, letting people think, and encourage them to do their own research on this and get proper research. I see everything around that's going on in Facebook, bringing back the fairness doctrine, which we really do need to reimpose it. And I think now the FCC needs to reimpose it, and President Biden needs to reimpose it. Because stations or things like Owen and, well, right now One American Network is now almost on the very bottom of the drain, because Netflix and one other streaming service is not going to carry them anymore. OAN. Now Fox News is now in the same boat, except Netflix is going to drop, not Fox News. Unless Fox News revamps itself. Let's start getting facts and truth out there. I'm really sick and tired of seeing misleading headlines, and you're like, what are they saying? And some of the stuff is saying it's not true. But when you dig into it and look at it and go, well, they need to phrase that better. I try not to judge the book by its cover, which I'm constantly trying not to do. So it, not easy on other things. But the DOJ is busily working and getting the facts and things together and going after people that do break the law and do break federal election laws, namely he who shall not be named. Trump is thinking running again so he could avoid jail time. That's not going to work, Trump, because you're a private citizen now. You're just like everybody else, and you have to follow the law. And if you don't, well, that's just too bad. We'll just have to see what happens. Now, next month, in September, of course today is the 1st of August, I had to keep reminding myself that this morning, like, what day it is? Oh, yeah, that's right, it's August 1st. Next month, the January 6th hearing will resume. And many of those that refuse subpoenas or everything else and discover that Trump doesn't have the power, or nor he will back him up or anything, that they will testify. So, and I think their lawyer is telling those that refuse subpoena and go, that's not a good idea, because you're going to find yourself in jail if you do. If you really have a good lawyer. I'm sorry about all the whining noise that you hear. That's my neighbor's ACs that are running. Since we're in a brick building, I've been trying to stay cool in here, which is not too bad. Right now it's 81, so it's gone up a couple of degrees, gone up a degree, couple of degrees here. Um, I'll have to open my back window to get cross breeze because the rain air is coming in. It is. So it is cooling off quite a bit. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, there is 2 rocket launches going on. One's happening tonight with NROL Electron NROL 199. It's supposed to launch tonight, unless they moved it again. And then the Cape Canaveral, there's going to be an Atlas 5 launching day after tomorrow. So, they're having to shift things around because of weather. And remember, your neck of the woods, Dorothy, is still in the middle of hurricane season, which, sad to say, you got, 3 more months to go in your season. So far, so good. You haven't had any hurricanes per se heading up your way. So, and I feel sorry for those in Las Vegas and those in Tennessee and Missouri because of the floods that happened the last few days there. Because they all of a sudden they got the rain, and it's like, okay, where did that come from? Vegas got the rain, and of course their hotel, which they just finished remodeling, I forgot the name of it, it got flooded, and especially their underground parking garage got flooded. Feel sorry for you guys. So anyway, let's see what else is going on. Senator Graham is challenging the 2020 probe subpoena, which he has to answer to. And I swear he's not very happy about this. You know how things go, there's so much going on, everything, you keep track of everything. Oh, and Putin is now really showing signs of health issues. He now cannot use his right arm. And so it sounds like to me, from what I gather, it sounds like to me he may have a stroke or mini strokes or something is going on with his nervous system. Because they said the crew said that he was trying to prevent a mosquito from landing on him and biting him. Well, he was trying to bat it with his right arm. Well, he can't bat it with his right arm. His right arm won't work, and he has to use his left hand. And so he's not doing very well. Well, it's karma for dictators and stuff like that. That's my view on it. So anyway, I'll still be back on schedule for Wednesday for my rant, and I'll make sure that my my calendar reminder pops up. For some reason, it did not pop up today. Why, I don't know. Up here, the internet's been kind of screwy because all the heat that we had the last few days uh, hasn't really helped any. Really hasn't. So, things are trying to cool down, and the weather is supposed to be much better than it was. Um, let's see. Okay, the hotel that flooded, it's the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. It was flooding, and it shows a picture of it flooding. Um, so you might want to look that up. Um, so anyway, a lot of stuff going on. Again, prayers to those that we lost, and prayers to Randy, and hope that they may have caught it early enough. I know there's really no cure for that, but they could try to do things to slow it down as much as they can. I lost my mom to dementia. There's many different forms of dementia. There's Lewy body, there's regular dementia, and then you have Alzheimer's, which is part of the dementia family. And I feel sorry for Grace Curvin too, that she's having to deal with her husband. Yeah, that's the part that really bugged me, Dorothy. Because originally when they said that she was supposed to be interred at a Catholic ceremony or a Catholic cemetery, she was raised Catholic in Czechoslovakia. Of course, it was during communist Czechoslovakia, but she was secretly raised Catholic. And majority of Czechoslovakians were Catholic, like my maternal grandmother. Hi, Nancy. So, he wanted to do like a Taj Mahal type mausoleum there, and the city of New York, or the state of New York says no, or the county of New York says no, you can't. You could bury her there, but you can't do that. It would have to be simple. And it was kind of more like he was trying to make it all about him instead of about her. So, I think the kids now need a break from him and say, nope, let's put her back in what's her cat? No, back to where she wants to be buried according to her will. So, and Trump is stupid, Dorothy. You're right, he is. He's not very smart, and even the funny part of it is, I read somewhere, you know, Dr. Oz that's running. He's a Trump supporter running for all this. He's losing percentage points in the polls, and they think now he won't win the Senate seat at all, which is good. I hope he doesn't. He should have stayed where he was and just worked on other things instead of other. I don't think he doesn't know anything about politics ever. So anyway, how you doing, Nancy? I hope you're doing well. I'm still trying to resolve the issue, and I'm sorry it's taking so long again about your product. You might want to do is, if you have the copy of your receipt from that, now you haven't received any emails or anything from Yeser or Shomplex, right? On your product. I'm gonna have to do some yelling. That's what I'm probably gonna have to do. I'm having frustrations too with my insurance company. I'm trying to tell them, hey, I need to find a new dentist. And it's like pulling teeth trying to get a list of dentists here. So I am looking at, if all possible, switching insurance companies and go with the more general and accepted by the dentist and accepted by the hearing and everything else. Yeah, if you could go through PayPal, that'd be great, Nancy. Now, my PayPal on my end is doing weird things. It says now I could, still do things through my account, and I flashed PayPal a note, and I said, hey, I'm having problems because I combine both my business and my personal in with it, and then all of a sudden I got approval for it, and then they turn around. The next thing I got a note saying, well, I can't use PayPal anymore, and I said, well, what's going on, guys? Well, when I went back in, they corrected it. So apparently somebody must have screwed up. So go ahead and try it. Go through PayPal and see if they could find the thing and see if PayPal can help you on that. And find out what's going on. And I'm gonna flash Shopify note, their support, shop owner support, and see if they could find out what's going on. So I don't know if it's still a logistics issue, which it could be. Of course, the war over in Ukraine, it hasn't helping any either. Oh, speaking of which, Ukraine is kicking butt. I mean, really kicking butt. They took out a, what was it? They took out a supply train. A Russian supply train over in the border that was supposed to go into Odessa area. They took out the supply train. So, anyway, let's see. Oh, why is it acting up? It keeps saying 4 new comments. I don't see 4 new comments. Okay. Be sure to like and share on my YouTube channel. I'm just about ready to sign off. Go over to my YouTube channel. I'm listed under Virginia Watley, my YouTube channel. I'm going to see if I could change that to Ginger's Rant Show on my YouTube channel. In other words, I could do some updates on it. But anyway, when I'm finished with this rant here, I will post it on my YouTube channel. So that way those over YouTube that use YouTube could see my rant, see my show. So, yeah, try it. And Nancy, try and go through PayPal and then let me know how it turns out. Just flash me a private note. Okay? Go under Virginia Watley at 755 at gmail.com. Okay? And I assume you guys got the link to my store. So, if you want me to, I could post it real quick. Hold on a minute. Because I gotta get in there anyway. Okay. And here's my store. So anyway, check that out. If you need anything anymore, and if push comes to shove, I may need to get some expert help to solve the issue of why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because I need more sales. If not, then I'll probably, after I'm done with you, I may be forced to sell my store. So, no, because I can sell my website to through Shopify and get sales that way because it's already set up. So, and concentrate on my Rant show. Anyway, we'll see how this goes and everything. Yeah, I will. And you too. Love you guys. And hugs. And stay safe. You know, the weather's going to get crazy. So, take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening.